Trying to get myself motivated today, and I'm gonna do some front brakes on this truck finally. I've had them for like 6 months and I haven't done them. I did the rear and I didn't do the front because they just weren't bad at that point, and now they're getting bad. So now it's time. Just ordered my rear struts for that truck, so I'll be making a video installing those. I got them from Rough Country. Those are shot, so I'm not even driving the truck. They're so locked up. All right, well, got everything out. Here's the new brakes over there. Got Detroit axle, drilled and slotted rotors, and ceramic pads for the front. As you can tell, it's what I did on the back. They're great. I use them on every vehicle I get. So, gonna get this jack, get the lugs cracked on this side, jack it up, put it on a jack stand. All right, well, here's the old pads on this side. The inside one had some grooves on it, but the outside one looked pretty decent, just worn down. I'm having a hell of a time with my jack, dude. It will not like lower the vehicle once it's up. It's slipping on those gears. But usually, so basically just take out these the two bracket bolts, or the two caliper bolts, and then you take off the bracket bolts. And then this rotor will pull right off. These bolts for the caliper that hold the caliper to the bracket are always pretty easy. They're not too tight. But these ones can be a pain in the ass, especially if it's rusted. On the rear of this truck, like this truck doesn't really have any rust, but the rear, they were so tight. The leverage I needed with a breaker bar was like insanely long. These front ones, or like a mallet, a really hard, heavy mallet to hit it. These front ones, I just used all my strength with leverage, just with that 1/2-inch ratchet or socket. And they broke loose, thank God. It looks like it's gonna be pretty smooth sailing once my jack quits being a little bit. That's kind of annoying, but yeah. And there's a caliper bracket. And always have the caliper hung up. Don't let it dangle by the brake line or the brake hose. That's no good. And sometimes these will be a little stuck, so you're gonna have to take like a rubber mallet. Preferably hit here, but don't hit the studs. Sometimes you can put your sockets back on so you don't hit the stud. But this isn't too rusty, so I'm sure it'll come off pretty easy. Had to break out the old little mallet. Trusty, this thing's hit so many brakes. Just hit it from, you're already changing the rotor anyways, so I mean, you might as well just hit it from behind on the rotor. That way you don't accidentally strike a stud and have to put a new stud in. Now some people can go and clean that up. I'm gonna clean it up quick. Metal wire brush, brake clean, and then throw the new ones on. All right, all put back together. Pads are greased where they need to be, you can see here. And then the slide pins are re-greased. And she's all tightened up, ready for the wheel to go back on. Well, onto this side, wheel came off great. The bolts were a little bit of a pain in the butt for the bracket bolts, like I had said they can be, so I had to wail on them for a little bit. And then the rotor was really stuck on there. I had to wail on that thing pretty good from the back for about 5 minutes. You could heat it up with a torch. You could heat stuff up with a torch. That breaks it loose a lot easier. PB blaster, but I'm not using any of that. Just raw dogging this shit. So now, just all right, well, it ran into a little bump. Well, first off, I got scared. I thought I broke a brake line when I was compressing those pistons back in. Just started piston brake juice down there from up here, trickling up here. It just pushed more back out of the cap, I guess. So the cap wasn't fully tight, I don't know. And next problem. Oh man, working on this here for a little bit. I think I'm gonna have to get the torch, because so these are like slide pins, right? And you pull them out and you re-grease them when you do this and you put them back in. Well, I can't get this one to budge to get it out or in. So like I can't get this caliper back on correctly and without forcing it on. I don't want to do that. And like it's rusted in there. The boot's ripped. So I'm thinking I might need to get the torch out, torch that. Yeah, it's supposed to slide in that, you see? Calipers look nice though. That is a good sized turkey. All right, well, I guess I might as well finish the video on the truck doing the brakes. Just wanted to show you guys. Look at the size of these turkey. My shoes are size 11. I don't really got too much to make videos on right now, but at some point this winter I'll get back into getting some decent vehicles, getting back into it. So here's this guy. Got the brakes all done, wheels back on. Haven't moved it yet, but they're all on, looking good. Wheels are torqued. Got the fire going, burning some pine needles and whatnot. Just kind of waiting for some deer to come out. They come out around 3 to 4 o'clock out here, and just like watching them. And my rear struts will be here. They're supposed to be here today, but they didn't come, so I'm guessing tomorrow. A little update on this guy. It's got all new rear drum brakes, and my rear struts will be here today or tomorrow. Yeah, you can see the new drums in there. But yeah, my struts are so bad. It's not even, I really don't even want to drive it.